Oh, okay. I should probably turn that light off right there, right? Like, or no, maybe I'll do like an Instagram picture where I'll be like, there, look, there's the sun. I'll be like, ah, like, how do you do it? Oh, I don't fucking know. Listen, I wanted to say a couple things. And when I say a couple things, I probably mean about 72 fucking things that are going to be completely scattered. I'm going to mix metaphors. It's going to seem like I've completely strayed off the main path and there's no possible way I'm going to get back on it. But those are only for people with ADD who don't have the fucking attention span to follow one of my semi-coherent, longer thoughts. But I also gotta eat, so. But I want to talk about how people are sheep. And people are just, they're funny, you know, because everybody thinks they're so fucking unique. We all think we're just delicate little butterflies, all so unique. And maybe in subtle ways we are, but as far as the big stuff goes, we're not unique at all. In fact, from up high, we look like just a bunch of incredibly predictable little ants. We all do the same things. We all fall for the same tricks. And we're just a herd. We're just a herd of dumb fucking sheep, and we all crave the same things. And a lot of us just want to be told what to do. You think that's not true. You think you're independent. You think you have free will. But that's your illusion. That's your life lie. You know, we have free will, theoretically, but most of us do nothing with it. We never fully embrace it. We never take that lonely sojourn into the fucking woods and get familiar with ourselves. We're too busy in our phones. I mean, modern day distractions especially. We are at an all-time high for complete and total life distraction. And at the end of the day, all that really makes us want to do is we want structure. We crave community. We want to be told what to do. We don't want to go to fucking CVS to buy shampoo and just stand there and look at the multitudes of different shampoo. And if you're a thoughtful person, a discerning, thoughtful person who really wants to make the best possible decision, you might start reading ingredients and try and figure out the difference. And we can't even figure out the difference because it's not government cheese. It's coming from, these shampoos are coming from people whose sole purpose is to make money off of you. It is capitalism. It is free market capitalism. Their purpose is to just basically trick you. I mean, yeah, they want to give you a good product, but come on, what's the variant? They're all the fucking same. There's not that much difference. Nobody's reinventing the wheel. They're just putting it in a pretty package and trying to tell you it's better than the previous wheel. But if you're a thoughtful person, you might sit there for, I don't know, 4.5 hours trying to find the right shampoo, and then your whole life falls apart and you become a heroin addict. Yeah, and it's a slippery slope. Those things are connected. And then you don't need shampoo at all. You need teeth, rehab, better parents, not in that order. And then you got Trump. See, because we just want to be told what to do. And we believe the person who says the shit with the greatest amount of certainty. Really, regardless of whether or not the shit is true, you know? So we are so susceptible more than ever to a con man, to a snake oil salesman, to some guy that seems like, you know what? This guy's got a plan. This guy knows what he's talking about. No, he's just a douchebag that sounds real fucking confident about the bullshit that he's spewing. Not to me. I'm not better than you. See, that's the thing. It's not about that. I'm I'm past that. We're not in high school anymore. This isn't a competition. It's not a fucking pissing contest. I'm not trying to see if my dick is bigger than yours. You know? And I don't want to make this about politics, but it's really not. It's about sociology. It's about human nature. It's about the fact that some people who have like paid their dues, they've gone through all the different emotions and parts of life that have taught them things, and their curiosity led to some knowledge, led to some deeper intelligence, and eventually led to wisdom. And you want to follow the people who have the wisdom, not the people who are the most cocky about their bullshit, you know? So it's not about politics, but I just feel like most of the people, and life is gray too. It's not, see, I got to keep covering this light. Let me do this. No, I can't do that. No, you're just going to have to deal with it. So it's not about right or wrong. It's not black and white. It's not like, oh my God, people say, oh, you're a Democrat. I'm not even a fucking Democrat. I'm an independent. I'm in the middle. I'm conservative on certain things, liberal-minded on social issues. I'm really a progressive with left leanings when it comes to cultural, I mean, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter where I am in the spectrum. I just sit back and I watch, and people just want to be told what to do. We want structure. We're easily duped. We don't know our limitations. We lack humility. We are a horde of stupid, confident people. And it's such a deadly combination. And the problem is, it's very difficult. See, this is why Sarah Silverman's really onto something. She's really trying to do this. She's got feminism on her side. She's got like this inherent female compassion where people maybe won't be so prone to attack her. They won't feel so threatened. They won't get their back up. You know what I mean? But she's not going to succeed either, because at the end of the day, her rhetoric, which really is just common sense, with a tinged with compassion for mankind, you know, at the end of the day, it's still going to piss off so many people who just don't believe, that believe abortion is murder. So, things like that. But like I said, we crave structure. We're frustrated. We're not very self-aware. We lack humility. And so somebody comes along who just seems like, yeah, I don't want to just make this about Trump. But it all comes back to politics, because politics trumps everything. Especially in a representative democracy where we literally receive the quality of governance that we deserve because we vote or we don't vote. When you don't vote, you have voted. You know what I mean? Your silence, your apathy, it speaks. And so it's not so black and white. Life is gray. It is nuanced. It is hard to figure out. There's not like a clear-cut right or wrong. But then we're full of all these new distractions. We have such a vicious, conditioned ADD now that we want something simple. We want things to be streamlined. So we just want the cut and dry. Like, what's the bottom line? Like, give me the bottom line. And then we live in a time where the fucking news isn't even the news anymore. It's not objective. It's completely agenda-driven, subjective, opinionated bullshit. So it's just everything. It's just come together like it's just a double, triple, quadruple whammy. These things, it's a perfect storm. We can't pay attention. We crave structure. We crave the bottom line. We want everything streamlined. So we're just reading headlines. And the headlines aren't giving us the story because those are sensationalized because they're profit-driven. Do you see? Do you understand? So unfortunately, it's your civic duty. It's really your duty as a conscientious human being to just dig a little deeper and just try and figure out the truth. And to start by looking inside, not outside. Look at yourself. Figure yourself out first. Become self-aware. Call yourself out on your own bullshit. Figure out why your relationship with your father was, just do that. Do that fucking work. And then the rest of the world won't seem so complicated anymore because we're all the same. And we're not that unique. A lot of this stuff is just incredibly universal concepts that, we all want the same things at the end of the day, but we just don't realize that anymore because we've gotten so far off our mandate, so far off what our original purpose was on this earth. Not to get all deep and philosophical. And I just find that the people on the left, if you want to break it down that way, those, they're not all right. Some of them are fucking unbelievably annoying human beings. But I do feel like the worst of them is like, I don't know, in Whole Foods, disconnected from reality, never really had to struggle. They've had money their whole lives. They're just those liberal elitists who just cry because they want to feel some human emotion. They're fucking housewives who watched Oprah like it was a religion, or they're Black Lives Matter, or there's something like that. Somebody who has a real social calling and they have become very myopic in their purpose, and and they're annoying, and it's fine. But there's the people on the right are gathering guns and getting ready for the race war. So I don't see how I'm not as afraid of the ones on the fringe on the left as I am of the ones on the right. But I just think that for the most part, the majority of people on the left are these types of people who are a little bit more introspective and reflective, and they have done a lot of the heavy lifting internally that needs to be done to be a fully conscious human being. So they are seeing the world a little bit more accurately, just a little bit more clearly, and usually with some empathy and compassion because they've been through some shit, or you know what I'm saying? Those are the people that I relate to a little bit better, and not just because it makes me feel good, but because I know that they like really get it. Not all of them, but most of the people who really do. If you're a liberal, if you're a Democrat, it doesn't mean necessarily that you're some super intelligent, fully woke person. But if you are a super intelligent, fully woke person, you're probably not a Republican. But when I say that, naturally you get defensive, and now you want to fight me because everything's a competition, and because the minute you say something that seems like like an attack on you, you just get so defensive, and now you just want to fight, and now we've lost all ability to have a constructive debate. That's enough shit for now. I'm just gonna stop.